Well, the Astros are moving on to the ALDS. Yo, what is going on, everybody? Welcome to the Phillies Hot Stove Videocast, and today we're going to be recapping the American League wildcard series between the Houston Astros and the Minnesota Twins as the Houston Astros sweep out the series against the Minnesota Twins, as that is now 18 straight losses for the Twins in the playoffs. Just absolutely terrible for the Minnesota Twins as their losing streak just continues as they get swept out in these quick two games, best of three. First to win two games moves on, and that is it for them. They are done, and it's just, what a disgrace for that team. You bring over Josh Donaldson, you trade for Kenta Maeda. I mean, it's just a disgrace what happened to Minnesota. Now, guys, before getting this video, please subscribe if you have not yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video, and let's get into this. Now, the Twins, I mean, they had a great record at home. And look what they did. They get swept out of the series, and the Astros, who had a .500 record this year, sweep them out at Target Field, which they had a fantastic record at Target Field, the Twins. I mean, they were a great team at home. Great, and you get swept out. I mean, what a disappointment for the Minnesota Twins. What a disappointment for them. For the Houston Astros, they have a lot of haters right now. The Astros are not a very popular team. They are probably the most hated team in baseball. And I think it's justified. I mean, they're cheaters. I mean, they use cameras to steal signs. They bang on trash cans. They're sleazebags, some of them. I mean, Carlos Correa, Jose Altuve, they're not very well liked. But you got to give them credit. They went into Target Field and they did their job. You got to give them credit. You may not like them. I'm not going to say what I think of them because this is an objective video, and I'm not going to pick a side. I'm just reporting what happened. I'm a Phillies fan. The Phillies are my favorite team. Unless the Phillies are involved in the game, I'm going to be unbiased. And this was a good series for the Houston Astros. You got George Springer doing his job. Carlos Correa as well. I mean, this is a good series for the Houston Astros. And I had a few disappointments this year. You lose Garrett Cole. You're under a lot of hate and heat from this cheating scandal that you got yourself involved in. You had to fire the manager. You bring over Dusty Baker, and look what he's been able to do. I mean, it wasn't like they were 10 games over 100. I mean, they were a .500 baseball team this year, and they played a team that's 18 straight losses in the postseason. I mean, that's just ridiculous. I mean, the Twins. I mean, what is going on with the Twins? It's absolutely pathetic. And if you want to look at Game 1, the Twins had a 1-0 lead until the 7th inning, and the Astros with a nice little comeback as they win the first game 4-1, your final score, as they were able to get production, as I said, from George Springer, Jose Altuve walks in a run, and Michael Brantley, another guy over there, who's just had a solid season. That guy's a hit machine, man. He drives and runs, he gets clutch hits. Came over from the Indians, I believe, a few years ago. I believe last year was his first year. He gets the job done. I mean, there's a lot of guys over there that have a lot of power and can get a lot of clutch hits. And even Yulieski Gurriel, and I mean, I know what he did was wrong. A lot of these guys, I mean, they're all involved in this cheating scandal, but not all of them. I mean, Brantley was not there in 2017 when they did that. I know there was some speculation that they did that last year, too. The cheating scandal was still going on with Jose Altuve not wanting to have his jersey ripped off. So I believe there was something going on last year as well. But, I mean, normal production out of the guys that the Astros usually get production out of. Michael Brantley, Jose Altuve, George Springer. You're able to see some production out of Carlos Correa in Game 2 as well. And if you look at the Minnesota Twins side, I mean, Josh Donaldson with a disappointing season. He did not live up to that first year. And Nelson Cruz, I mean, look how old that guy is. Look what he's been able to do. I mean, he's like one of the oldest players in baseball. Look what he's been able to do. It's amazing. He had already a single in the first game as well. And Kenta Maeda was on the mound, came over from the Los Angeles Dodgers. Only won 5 innings in the first game, which is just weird. I do not understand why they took him out. I mean, he did walk 3 people, struck out 5, and then he handed it over to your bullpen. And that didn't work out so well. They ended up losing the first game 4-1. Just a totally flat performance out of their offense. Got to give Houston credit for coming back in that one. And I mean, it's just like, again, their woes continue in the postseason. It's just bizarre. It has to be a mental thing. It has to. And they get swept out today. Disappointing series for them. As you got Brios on the mound, was decent. I mean, their starting pitching was not bad. They only went 5 innings. Both starters only went 5 innings. Maeda went 5 innings in game 1. Brios only went 5 innings in game 2 as well. I mean, they just weren't. The bullpen just didn't do his job. I mean, a lot of it comes down to the bullpen. I'd say that a lot in my Phillies videos. If you go back and watch my Phillies game recaps, I say the bullpen didn't do his job. The bullpen didn't do his job. The bullpen is so important, and the bullpen was not great in this series for the Twins, and that is why the Astros won. If you go over and look at the Astros, their bullpen was better, and that's why they won. If you look at their bullpen today, they only walked 3 people, only allowed 1 hit, and they did not allow any runs. They were fantastic. And the guy on the mound today only went 4 1/3, 2 hits, 1 run. I mean, 2 walks and 3 strikeouts. I mean, he wasn't dominant at all by any means. None of these starters really went deep in the game here for either team. I mean, and it all came down to the bullpen in this series. I mean, it wasn't a tremendous amount of offense. It's not like the Astros won every game 10-0. It wasn't like that at all. But they had a better bullpen, and that is why they won this series. If you want, that is why they won the series. The Astros won this series because they had the superior bullpen, and the bullpen stepped it up and did its job. And the Twins only combined 2 runs in this whole series. I mean, again, what a disappointment for the Twins. But if you're the Astros, you have to be feeling good. You have to be feeling good because I tell you what, you've been hated on all year. I tell you, they're lucky. They're one team that's benefited from all this stuff going on with no fans, because I tell you, they be getting stuff thrown at them, booed off the field. They be going back to Rogers Center, getting beer bottles thrown at them. Man, that would be brutal, for that. I tell you what, man, that would just be brutal. They're lucky because some people are going to cool off now from a year. I tell you what, just coming off fresh from that scandal, man, that would have been an ugly, ugly scene. They were getting booed in spring training. We saw that before shutdown happened. So that would have just been, crazy. I tell you what, but you got to be feeling good. You're absolutely hated. And look what you did. You swept out the Twins. And you had a 500 season. It wasn't like you tore it up. I mean, you got to give the Astros credit. They did a good job. The bullpen stepped it up. And then it didn't get fantastic starting pitching, but their bullpen stepped it up. And again, they've lost a lot of their guys. I mean, Justin Verlander, he's gone the rest of the season. You got Garrett Cole. He went to the New York Yankees. So you got a lot. You got your starting rotation is nowhere near as good as it was last year. Don't expect the Astros to go to the World Series or anything like that. I'm not expecting that at all. But and even in game 1, I mean, look what Zach Greinke was able to do for you. I mean, it didn't go very deep, but yet again, I mean, the bullpen did its job in game 2 as well. I tell you, it all comes down to the bullpen. It all comes down to the bullpen. Zach Greinke did not get the win because he only went four innings in the first game, and then he walked 3 people. He wasn't dominant, but he did his job. I mean, he did fine. I mean, he was decent. And I mean, it's amazing how much the game comes down to pitching. And look what the Astros were able to do against the Twins. They were able to shut down their offense. And as I said, it wasn't like a blowout. It wasn't like the Astros won 10-0 every game. They won like 4-1, 5. It wasn't like a blowout, So interesting series. I feel bad for the Twins. I will say that. 18 consecutive losses now in the postseason for them. I feel bad. I feel for you, Twins fans who are watching this video. As regards to Astro fans, I'm sure you're probably upset about people hating on you, but it is deserved. I mean, you can't cheat and expect to have everyone pat you on the back and say, oh, it's okay. I mean, you cheated. I mean, you used trash cans to bang. You had cameras set up in the center field. I mean, you're using wires and things like that. That's totally unacceptable, and it shouldn't be tolerated at all by any means. I'm not saying that people should throw stuff out. I don't agree with that, but I don't mind the booing, and I think they deserve to get booed because that was just totally unacceptable. But you got to be feeling good. I mean, as I said, you're getting just hated on. Everybody hates you. Everybody hates you. You just swept out the Twins, and you go into the ALDS. That's got to feel good. At least you got past that first round. That's got to feel good if you're the Houston Astros. So, disappointing series for the Twins. They were not able to hit the Astros bullpen. They were just shut down. Their offense was silent. Astros, their offense wasn't like fantastic, but it was much better than the Twins, and they were able to hit the Twins bullpen, and the Twins were not able to hit the Astros bullpen, and that's what it came down to in this series. So the Twins are eliminated, and the Astros are moving on to the ALDS, and they are the first team to move on as the Tampa Bay Rays also advanced today. And that's going to be my next video. So congratulations to the Houston Astros on advancing to the ALDS. They played better than the Twins this series. As goes for the Twins, better hope for next year. And hopefully you can end this 18 consecutive loss streak in the postseason. My goodness, is that painful. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. Please subscribe if you have not yet. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like this video, comment on this video, share this video. Check out the social media link in the description section. At Phillies House of Instagram, @RFanax Instagram. Call or text 267-225-3392. Email me, phillieshouse@gmail.com. Guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I am Luke, and I will talk to you all later. I'll see you guys.